So, all right. Hello, everybody. Bill DeBoer over here at DeBoer's Auto. Today, we're making a quick video talking with Dan Corrigan from the REMAX Platinum Group over in Sparta, New Jersey. And we're talking about the real estate trends and what's going on inside of Sussex County and coronavirus and what everybody can do while they're off, or not off, but quarantined at home, and a lot of home projects going on. So welcome, Dan. Thanks for coming in and being with us today.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, everybody.
So why don't we start with the background, your background, Dan. You know, where did you grow up and how did you end up here in Sussex County?
Oh, wow. I didn't know we had that much time. Well, I grew up, initially, I'm Canadian born in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I came to the States when I was 10 years old with a family and grew up in West Virginia and Ohio. Went to school in Ohio, joined the military as a young man. I was still a Canadian citizen at the time. In the Vietnam era, when everyone was leaving to go to Canada to get away from the draft, I was raising my right hand to step up and serve our country. I felt I needed to give back something to America. So I joined the military, came out, and I went to school in Ohio at Ohio University, graduated from the Ohio Military Academy, and was a marketing guy. And I've worn several hats in my career, but I love everything that I've done. I was a police chief in Ohio.
Wow.
I was the director and marketing CEO of a marketing company. And in 1980, I became a realtor in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia, with Mount Vernon Realty. And back then, interest rates were 18%, as high as 20%, as I recall.
Wow.
And you wonder, how could anyone afford to buy a home with that kind of interest rate? Because I know today people are complaining that, you know, when rates were going up a little bit and they were in the 4s and 5s, they're going, oh my God. But it was so low, historically low. And the interest rates are still very, very competitive, great, down in the high 2s and the low 3s. So great time to be in the marketplace.
Yeah, that's what my wife and I were just on there looking last night. I mean, they're down around the 3s, right? For
yeah. I'm not a mortgage person, but certainly you can speak to any mortgage rep. But yeah, my understanding is 3.25 for 30-year fixed conventional, and in the 2s for 15-year. So there's some great opportunities out there for lowering your interest rates and refining, and there are a lot of people who are doing it right now.
Cool. So it sounds like, unlike half of Sussex County that's from down below, you came at us from another angle. So how'd you land up here in Sussex County?
Well, when I came to New Jersey back in 2005, I was actually out in California selling real estate for First Team Real Estate out there. My wife worked with Jaguar Land Rover, and they moved their operation from Irvine, California to Mahwah. So, you know, I said, take the move, take the promotion. I can sell real estate anywhere. So I came to New Jersey, and we looked around, and I loved Sussex County. I loved being away from the density of the lower areas in Bergen and Morris and Passaic. Great areas, but they just weren't for me. And when I came into Sussex County, and the lifestyle, what we have to offer here was incredible. I thought, this is where I want to live. And it was at that point, it was the height of the market in 2005, 2006 here.
Yeah, sure.
Just prior to the Great Recession. So it was a challenge finding a home and getting involved in multiple offers and, you know, paying very, very high prices back then.
Wow. And then, so you just went right into you walked in, knocked on an agency here in Sussex County once you landed and started selling here? Or
Yes, yeah. I initially worked with Coldwell Banker, and it just wasn't for me. It's a great brokerage, great company, but I'm a marketing guy, and I wanted to do things that were outside the corporate perimeters of what they were allowing me to do. So REMAX was a breath of fresh air for me, allowing me to do those things I felt I needed to do for my clients to get their home sold at top dollar in the shortest amount of time. And I've been with REMAX now for over 16 years.
Wow.
And 3 years ago, I actually bought out the brokerage for REMAX, and now I'm the broker owner as well. So it's been a great transition in doing that. Not so much right now with the coronavirus, but we're here.
Yeah, I mean, you got a great office. I've had the pleasure of being there a few times, and anybody that's out looking for real estate, I mean, he's got a great setup. You can come in, multiple computers set up, and sit with your agent and just go through all the listings there, and then try to go out and look at some stuff.
No, it is. We have a great office. Said technology. I know you're a very techie guy too, and you can appreciate the things we've done to accommodate our agents and our clients who come in here, and the attorneys who use our offices for closing. We try to make sure we have everything ready for them, and the latest technology to help them be, ready for whatever the occasion may bring.
Yeah. Now your office is right there on Woodport Road, right across the street from Cafe Perot.
Yeah, it's not Woodport Road. It's actually Sparta Avenue.
Sparta Avenue.
Yeah, right next door to the new Sparta Dairy that reopened in the ball field behind us. A great location. It's a nice newer building, great building here, and we occupy the lower level and the upper level of the building here.
Nice. And how long have you guys been in that building now?
Going on 3 years now.
Nice.
So when we first came here, we had to gut the building out basically because it was a barbershop upstairs, part of a restaurant downstairs, and spent over 3 months renovating and making sure it's what we were looking for when we moved in. So all the agents were super excited to be in a new building, new location like what we have. So it's been great.
That's awesome. If anybody out there has any questions for Dan, just feel free to post them inside of Facebook, and we'll be answering those questions shortly. So with the coronavirus, I know going into this, Dan, you spoke to our business group, and you had, before all this hit, that we were actually in a seller's market, right? There was more demand than there was actually inventory for what was going on. And can you just speak to that a little bit and where you think we'll be coming out of this at?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, prior to the coronavirus hitting our area, our inventory had been such that it was, an even market is 6 months of inventory. If you have 6 months of inventory, it's not a seller's market or a buyer's market. It's just about even. When it drops below 6 months, then it becomes a seller's marketplace. So that trend was happening. We're seeing, when you go back to 2007, 2010 area, we had over 22 months of inventory. So that it was definitely not a seller's marketplace, but that gradually came down, and over the years, and then this past year and leading up to 2020. We were under 6 months, 5.7, and it depends on the locale, right? Whether you're in Sparta or Vernon or Andover, the levels were generally down. Some were a little higher than others, but the trend was that it was becoming a seller's marketplace. And then with the pandemic hitting our area, everything's come pretty much to a screeching halt, right? Sellers are, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'd imagine that there's no transactions taking place right now, right? Nobody can really close. Nobody can really do any transactions. So it's got to be pretty much frozen where it was, right?
We fared better than the lower areas of Bergen and Morris and Passaic areas, because the public records for title searches they're all closed down. So title companies couldn't do the search. Attorneys weren't coming into the offices. In Sussex County, we were still able to do title searches, and attorneys were still operating remotely. Still, we're closing deals right now, believe it or not. I had 3 this past week that we closed on. But the market right now is sort of on a hold, waiting for this pandemic to and recover from it. Sellers are a little bit reluctant to show their homes. Buyers are reluctant to go out and see those homes. So we've had to modify the way we operate. Our office is open virtually. Every agent here, if we get a call into our office, their number is automatically tracked to the client who calls in, can automatically get directly to the agent no matter where they are. So they're not losing the ability to contact any of the agents that they need to. And our staff is operating remotely. They do come in here a couple of days a week, but no agents are really coming into the office unless they have to pick up forms or contracts or whatever. But basically, they're all working from home. Are you there, Bill? I think, Bill, I don't know. It looks like you froze on my screen, but wanted to, let everyone know that REMAX is open, that we are operating. We are looking for sellers who anticipate they want to put their home on the market and help them. Whoop! I don't know what happened to Bill.
I'm back. Sorry, Dan.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Maybe now's a good time to talk about internet suppliers in Sussex County. Because I mean, it's a major concern for businesses, right? I mean, last year, one of the local law firms hosted an economic forum over at the county college, and that was a major talking point in how we can't get the high speed internet that we really need to do some work around here. So yeah. I know I have some customers that work remotely. Obviously, everybody's working remotely right now, but the high speed capabilities just aren't there for what we need up here in the county.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well with our high speed. But I was just saying before you went off the screen, telling everybody that we're open and we are operating remotely and that we are conducting business with our clients. And we've had several closings, and it's a challenge, but we can do everything, through the computers now with digital contracts, virtual tours that we're providing people out there so they can actually walk through a home, and they don't have to go out and physically walk through a home in today's marketplace if you have the right technology.
That's awesome. So with everybody working from home now, I've been over to Home Depot and Lowe's myself a few times, and it seems like they're all blown out with people doing home projects and clean outs and such. So if people were off and working on their house and stuff now, what are some areas where the money they spent or the projects they put efforts into would add value to the home? Like, what are the highest return for investments on those?
Well, that's a good question, and for sellers who are thinking about putting their home on the market in the near future and they have time, and I tell my clients, when I go there and we're talking about what steps are necessary to prepare your home, the biggest bang for the dollar, and it's just labor, is clean and declutter, clean and declutter, clean and declutter. You have to, it does make a difference, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, the biggest updates that people look for are the kitchens, the bathrooms, So whether your kitchen needs a granite countertop, a new faucet, a new sink, re-stain the cabinets, add new hardware. Those are things you can look at that add value. Kitchen's the #1 room in the home that people gather in, right, and spend a lot of time there. So that's an important aspect to understanding what your kitchen looks like, and take the seller's hat off your head and become a buyer and look at your home in a different set of eyes. And you can see, and be picky, because buyers are going to be picky. And especially today when the buyers out there, they are going to be picky. They are going to be looking for the quality, the care of a home, and they're going to be wanting, deals, because they feel that if they're ready to buy, even in this pandemic coronavirus time period right now, they feel that if I'm stepping up and I'm willing to buy, I need a deal. So they're looking for that, and they're making sure that they're getting the best home for the money. So how your home can step up and be updated, whether it's a kitchen or a bathroom, clean and declutter, biggest bang for the buck. That's step #1. Outside, again, it's just maintenance, landscaping, trimming, keeping the grass cut and neat and trim, add some mulch, dress it up, put a flower pot outside your main entrance area, make it welcoming and inviting. The first 30 seconds when someone drives up to your home, they're judging your home as they walk up to the front door and that walkway. And in their mind, they're evaluating how it stacks up compared to other homes they've seen. And they're making a prejudgment even before they come into the front door. So if they have good feelings about, you're taking good care of the property outside, it's a positive attitude. You want to keep that momentum when they walk through the front door. The floors are neat and clean. It's not, cluttered. Fresh coat of paint, is nice, to neutralize the colors in a home. That doesn't cost that much. It's just a little bit of paint, but it does pay off. And you can, look at the popular colors today that seem to be, the #1 color seems to be a light gray, a little bit of brown tint to it. The model homes that you go into, Ryan Homes or wherever, Toll Brothers, you'll see they're using those colors. So those are some of the things you can do to help, prepare your home for market. You want to get with a realtor, a trusted advisor, to help you understand what things you need to do, and don't worry about doing things you think you might need to do and waste money and time and effort doing those things. Excuse me. You could be doing those other things that are going to pay off for you. But get with a realtor. He'll update you on the market, or she will, and get ready for the market, because when it does come back, and it will, there's going to be a surge of inventory that comes on the marketplace, and you will be competing against a lot of homes. Typically, our spring market happens, in March, April, May area, right?
Yeah, usually, right?
Spring, yeah. Now our spring market is going to be June, July, August. That's what's going to happen.
And it was kind of already pent up going into this too, right? Like it seemed like the real estate season was already starting a little bit early this year without all the snowfall and stuff. Like things were already starting to happen, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
What are some, when people are out there looking, there's tons of choices as far as real estate agents. There's different real estate brokers like yourself. You know, what should people look for? Because there seems to be a big disparity between realtors. I mean, there's a lot of part-timers and there's really good full-timers. So like when you're making those decisions, just not picking your family friend or whatever, like how do you pick the best person to get that house sold for you?
Well, you have to look at it like a business decision. You know, your home is probably one of the biggest financial investments you have. And you want to choose wisely, because the person you choose can either help you get your home sold, or, you know, it's going to linger on the market, you know, depending on what they're doing in their marketing, their experience level, their negotiating skills. It's very, very important. So, yeah, you know, if you have a friend or a relative in the business, that sometimes can be a negative, you know, for allowing that person to sell your home. It just depends, you know, but you want someone who has experience, is working full time, has a track record, and, you know, it's the person that's working for you on the firing line every single day, and less about the brokerage. Because there are a lot of good brokerages out there, a lot of good people working in those brokerages, but choose the person that's going to do the best job for you based on their track record, their knowledge of your area, and their success record. You know, it's just, you want to make a good business decision, not an emotional one or one based on friendship.
Yep, absolutely. How about we'll flip the side here and shift from sellers and into the buyers. So when buyers are out there, I mean, what should they be looking for? I mean, there's a ton of resources. They can go on Realtor.com and Zillow and all this stuff out there, I guess, to begin their search. But like, what's a good path or journey for a buyer to go on?
Well, you're right. There are so many resources today that buyers can go to. However, I would caution buyers not to rely on that research as gospel truth, okay? Zillow, Trulia, information in there can be incorrect in many cases. So I think you want to, you know, look at who you can get as a real estate agent that can help guide you and understand where the real value is and help you coordinate what needs to be done as a buyer. Now, there are a lot of steps and a lot of landmines you can walk through as you go through the process in a transaction of purchasing a home. You want a realtor who can help you and guide you through every one of those steps. You know, getting a mortgage pre-approval is important. You want to know that if you're going into the candy store to buy, you have the money to buy it, right? And you don't want to be out there shopping for a home that, you know, you love, only to find out you can't qualify for it, you know. And today's mortgage guidelines have changed because of the coronavirus. So you need to get, you know, with a mortgage rep and understand where you fit in the marketplace in terms of your shopping criteria. But then, you know, when you get with an agent, you want to make sure that you've got things lined up. You find a home, you need to negotiate, you know, and you want to get a great deal, right? You want to go through the home inspection process. So you're going to need a home inspector. A good agent will have all those trusted people lined up to help you get through the process to make it a smooth transition as possible. Attorneys, title companies, there's so much involved in the process today. They really need help, and the sooner you can get with an agent to help guide you through those steps, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah, I agree. I guess going back to the seller's point, I guess it's kind of a good idea if they brought in a home inspector first to kind of go through the house as well, right? To see what the landmines might be, or to get the house ready for sale that way.
Working with sellers, we do advise them if we feel as an agent, because we'll walk through the home with them as well. and we've been through 1,000 home inspections, so we kind of understand what's important and issues that they may want to address. But we can help them and direct them to a trusted home inspector for a pre-sale inspection that can identify issues that they should take care of before it goes on the marketplace, right?
Yep.
Don't make it a problem down the road. Take care of it now. It'll cost the seller less money to do it now, rather than have a buyer come in and then find it in a home inspection, and it might end up costing the seller a lot more money at that point than it would have been had he taken care of it beforehand.
Yep. So yeah, I'm real excited about this. I mean, not that the coronavirus happened, but I think some good things are going to come out of it for Sussex County. I really think that we're a gem out here. I mean, I grew up here and came back to work and live here. And I think our area is ripe for, those people that are finding out that they don't need to be tied to a city to do their work, and they can work remotely and live where they love to play and have passionate pursuits out there. So I think going forward, we kind of saw this a little bit after 9/11. There was a flee from the New York City area out to our area. And I think that's going to happen again after all this. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting to look at our marketplace and what has happened. As you said, after 9/11, the trend was to get away from the density in those areas and come up to the rural areas here in Sussex County. And then that started to slide back the other way with millennials, who make up 35% of our marketplace right now. They want to be closer into the city and transportation modes and those kind of things, and restaurants and bars or whatever, So what we're seeing, and the trend has been past couple of years, the trend to come back up to the rural areas, because look, you can get more home, more property, a better lifestyle for less money. And you're right, you don't have to commute in all the time, although we have people in Sussex County who commute in every day.
Yep.
And they don't mind it because they love what they have here, our school system, the lifestyle for the family. It means a lot, to those people, and they're willing to sacrifice the commuting time that's necessary for them. But the Jeff Otto, who is a research analysis individual, you can look up auto.com, but he's done a lot of data research and analytics regarding what's happening in the state of New Jersey, and he breaks it down by county, the trend for the market. And in a seminar last week, he indicated that there could very well be a trend coming back up to the rural areas, Sussex County, Warren, or Hunterdon, because people want to get away from the density of what they have down there now. So it could be a positive thing for us. And, like you said, we have a lot of great things going on for us here in the Tri-County area. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for your time today, Dan. Where could people get a hold of you or reach out to you at? What's the best way?
Sure. I mean, I'm my cell. You can reach me anytime on my cell. It's 973-670-3356.
Nice.
Or you can email me if you want at Dan hyphen a dash mark, and my last name Corrigan, CORRIGAN.com. So Dan@dan-corrigan.com. Happy to help you, whether you're looking for an agent or advice, and wish everyone well. Be safe and be healthy out there. We will get through this together, as everyone is saying, and I think that on the other side, it's going to be very busy, so you want to prepare yourself for the marketplace. Whether you're a seller or a buyer, get ready.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dan, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right.
See you
Take care.
guys.
Bye now.